cross collar choke is going to become a big part of our setups. It's going to be a big part of a lot of threats and a lot of attacks in jiu-jitsu. You'll see a lot of guys that cross collar choke becomes kind of the epicenter for everything they do. Everything circles around having that cross collar grip and going to that cross collar choke, whether they're coming underneath, whether they're slapping over top. They use that threat to create a lot of openings, a lot of movement. Again, it's kind of a fundamental idea, but you can really dig into it and you can get a lot of mileage out of this one concept if you really start executing and looking for it everywhere, no matter where your bodies are tangled, how you're positioned. If you have a cross collar grip, in most cases, not all cases, but most, you can start threatening that cross collar choke to start making things happen. So Daryl lays down here real quick. Look at the same thing from mount. Scoot this way a little bit for me. Back. Perfect. So I'm in mount. So remember from the last technique, when I was looking to set that cross collar grip, I was sitting up into it to get a nice deep grip from my guard. So in mount, you'd think it's pretty easy to jump in here, but in most cases it can be very difficult because Daryl's going to be kind of doing his Home Alone T-Rex arm thing here, right? Yeah, right. He's going to be in here nice and tight. It's going to be really difficult to just punch in like this to get my grip because he's going to start fighting this hand out pretty soon. So you're going to have to do a variation of where you're sitting up except for mount. So to do that, what I mean by that is I'm making a little bit of an angle to get my hand in nice and deep. So instead of just punching right through, I'm going to step my hand out to the side and start reaching back this way and get inside the gi here. So I'm just taking my fingers right next to Daryl's ear and getting the lapel, kind of my thumb's almost on the mat here, and then I rotate and come back into my grip. So I'm kind of going the long way around, but I'm making sure I'm getting to that tag, and then I'm doing my bicep curl, okay? And the other bonus of kind of doing this, so right now when I'm center, by doing this kind of off-center positioning where I'm over here, it's a little bit harder for Daryl to roll me. If I'm right inside and I'm fighting for this grip, if he traps this arm, yeah, he's going to go that way. Yeah. Classic bridge and roll kind of escape. It's going to be a very simple attack, very easy to do. But if I'm all the way over here, he has a lot more distance to travel before he's going to roll me. It's a lot more difficult. I'm a little bit more stable. So that's just a little bonus there. So post, coming in here. Now I'm getting my bicep curl. Now since I have mount, I get a little more pressure on this. I can drive my elbow down into his chest. I'm still doing this pump up here. Start lifting his head a little bit. Now in this position, I'm doing the same thread. I'm going to start coming across looking for the cross collar choke. But a lot of times this grip alone is going to be enough to get him worried because he knows that bad things are coming. So a lot of times guys will start grabbing this, start trying to take that pressure away. But just reaching those starts giving me some access to his elbow. So from there I can start climbing into my high mount, using this to transition to my S mount. And then bam, I can start attacking my armbar. Very simple, very basic strategy, very basic attack. I'm not getting away that easy, Daryl. So I'm here, coming in, boom. It's the same exact setup from guard. Okay, so instead of thinking about learning 4 different techniques, right? I get my armbar from mount, my armbar from guard, my cross collar choked armbar from mount, my cross collar choked armbar from guard. Rather than think about those as 4 different techniques, you can kind of say, well, I'm doing the same thing, I'm just flipped over. So I'm still keeping everything nice and tight, still getting in nice and deep here, doing my bicep curls like I was doing from guard. I'm getting my knee nice and high to control this. I'm keeping my hips as deep in on this arm as possible, not letting my hips kind of get shallow on this arm because he's going to escape. You're never keeping the space all nice and close, just like I was doing from guard. Cut my angle just like I was doing from guard. Trapping the arm just like I do from guard. Keeping a stiff arm pressure on the face, keeping him from driving into me, just like I was doing from guard. I'm orienting the hand the same way. Pinky in, thumb up. So it gives you some more to think about what you're doing and why you're doing it. And that's a big obsession of mine, is trying to discern why I'm doing everything, why I'm putting this here, why I'm facing this direction, why I want to squeeze here or be loose here. Answering those questions can be difficult at first, but it lets you really dig into the important details of your technique, and it starts to get a lot more fun when you start thinking of jiu-jitsu that way.